Dang it, I was muted. Hello, you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Hey, Crazy Mama, Nadine, Larry, Jana, Luana, Turquoise, Jen Amelia, Punksy, Steffa, should have gone to the game, Chris, Lynn, Delaney, Amanda, Woofy, Lori. Think I said Jinlu, Chris Melcher, everybody. Hello, you guys. Thank you for being here. So I'm excited for tonight, and it's actually just like tonight is going to be like the last part of this series. Well, the last part, it's always open-ended. There could always be more, I suppose. For now, I have a lot of people who have asked, what's going on, what's happened, and I was kind of just leaving it where it was until a couple of the girls had come to me and said, we want to talk about this. We want to talk about this that happened afterwards. We want to clear our name about this. There's a few things that we're going to talk about tonight, and we're also going to get into how this has affected everyone. I know that there has been some stuff going on with Cameron Crafton who have, who had been kind of involved in this. And I don't even want to touch on that. I hope that, they're doing okay as far as that stuff goes. And I really just want to leave that out of it. So anyways, now that all that's been said, let me bring everybody up. Hey, Tira. Turn off that music. So, hey, Roz.
As soon as we come up, we're going to go out there.
Hey, Jana. Hey, Angie and Donna. We heard as soon as I come up.
Well, Donna's never been on a panel, so I'm helping her.
That's okay, but we do have a big echo right there. So I don't know. Maybe you got to take a second to mute the YouTube.
Yeah, I think I'm good now.
Yep, perfect.
Okay.
Hey, Roz. Hey, Angie. Hey, Donna. And, well, Jana, too, which I was talking to. But how are you guys?
Good.
Good. Yeah, we're coming into summer here in Australia, so it's good. Getting warmer.
We're coming to...
Yes. Everyone says it's really weird because our Christmas is summer and we have barbecues and stuff. So after this live, I'm going to go into the spa and have a shrimp on a barbie. There you go.
Right on.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's just crazy to picture Christmas with like cooking out on the beach and like.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
Hey, MJ. Hey, Anyanka. Okay, so I don't know where I'm wanting to start. Let me see. I don't know if we want to get into things that have happened since then or how this has affected it. Like you guys first, what do you guys want to start with?
I think we should start with the juicy stuff on what happened with law enforcement. I think that should go first.
Okay. So I'll start this by saying we heard a long time ago, law enforcement looked into this and they weren't interested and blah, 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 blah. I can just tell you that is not true. They are currently looking into all of this. There's open cases and there's more than one law enforcement agency. So I'll let Roz take it from there and kind of explain like what's happened with you. But I do know that there aren't just the eyes of one like place. There's several. So
several countries involved now. Well, with me, what had happened is Heather stole my identity twice. Stole my photo, used my full legal name, and she decided to write posts, create YouTube accounts, pretended to be me, and also sent me very threatening text messages, threatening my work, which was instantly addressed with my work because of where I work, which I'm not allowed to say where I work, but I work in an area that is deemed very high security. And so that had to be reported because of the identity theft and her pretending to be me and harassing herself. So that was lodged with the cyber crimes unit in Australia, and I left it at that, thinking nothing will happen. And all of a sudden, I got emails from a detective who said they deemed Heather to be quite dangerous to the security level of my work. And they were watching her, they watched her lives, they watched this lives as well, and concluded that I have done absolutely nothing wrong. They asked for more evidence. I sent in everything. I screenshotted everything. I also did screen recordings. And because the detective is quite local, because they assign you a detective local to where you live, I said, I'm happy to come in and show you all my devices, and you can look at all my, messages and whatever. She said that wasn't necessary. She found I actually told her exactly, because when I did the report, I said I work in a certain department, but I didn't say exactly where. When I said exactly where, her alarm bells went up. So they have contacted ASIO, and all the Aussies who know what ASIO is, you don't muck around with ASIO. So it's an Australian Security Intelligence Organization. It's your FBI equivalent in the USA. So what they've done is pop a report into ASIO. ASIO is now watching for any identity theft that she may do again. And what will happen is they will action it with her local law enforcement, because she's committing a crime on Las Vegas soil. So it has to be actioned that way. So yes,
So
she
she,
got into. I was surprised, to be honest. Like, it shocked me. Like, when it happened, I messaged you guys. Oh my god,
Mhm. Yeah.
ASIO. So
Mucky, this is the part of a series. She's talking about, you have to, if you really, it's hard to explain in like a quick sentence, but she is talking, we are talking about the script and the impersonation, the whole scam, Watts Island, all that stuff. So that's what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, what we're talking about is because we came up and we spoke against someone who was scamming the community regarding pretending to be Chris Watts. And I was part of her mod team, and I just spoke up about my experience and found out how she lied to us about speaking to Chris Watts. And because I did that, she got very irate, and she decided to send some threatening text messages saying she was going to get me fired from work, and that I was breaking code of conduct. Little does she know, they actually knew about her from a year before. And I tell them everything. And even the detective from Australia, hello, good day, I know you're watching. She has been notified, and she knows I'm doing this live. So everything I'm doing here is above code. All I'm saying is speaking about the truth and exposing a scammer. So she got upset. She decided to steal my identity, pretended to harass herself. And
She did it with all of us, actually. She did
yeah,
it.
with all us, yeah.
Yeah, and which I've always wondered, if she did actually try to go to a court, is that what she was trying to take? Like, I don't
She
know.
was trying to get a protection order on me, an Australian. So thanks for bringing that up, because I forgot about that. So when the detective, we got to go back, guys. I think because originally the Las Vegas Police Department contacted Angie, which Angie is going to explain, and they contacted us because they had suspicions that Heather and Miranda were presenting fraudulent things to the courts and
Police reports, yeah.
filing false police reports. And when the detective asked me to submit evidence, I told her she's trying to get a protection order on an Australian girl. I said it's been already lodged with the Australian police here, and there will be a detective looking at this on my side as well, because anything that is granted falsely or fraudulently, because you can't get a protection order on an Australian, will be dealt with harshly. So please advise the Justice Regional Court, Clark County. I reside in Australia. I've not sent her any threats or death threats. I think there's one of the messages, I think you can read there, Ali, that I sent to the detective in Las Vegas, said there will be action taken here on my part and the detectives if there's any protection orders that's going to be filed in my name. Because she did present this even to Kim and Kraft, and Kim even said, a protection order's coming your way. What hell? Oh, I live in Australia. It's like, what did
And
I do?
I want to
Didn't do
say
anything.
on this part Roz is talking about. So this is like when they had asked, like they wanted to see all the things we talked about. So they gave us a link to submit our evidence. They're the ones who reached out wanting that too, which is so interesting. They said that they had a feeling that there were false reports being filed. And so, yeah, I just want you guys to know that this is still unfolding. And as much as it has been presented as, oh, there was no crime and there's no one in, that is not true. That is absolutely not
No.
true. There are so many crimes at this point. Who knows what's going to happen? I don't know, you guys, but there are many crimes.
Many crimes unfolding. In fact, my detective here said she was going to correspond with a detective there. And I haven't heard back because I don't push it anymore because I know it's in the hands of ASIO and of my cybercrimes unit here. I'm just so thankful for Australian laws. They are really top notch. They really get onto things with stuff like this, especially because of where I work. It's the security level is so high, you just can't muck around with it. And even the girls were saying, show your face today. I said, oh, I can't. I would love to, but this girl, Heather, I don't want anyone to sort of copy my face and then, steal my identity, so I won't. But everyone knows me, knows what I look like. But I try to keep everything as confidential as I can. Yes, and Heather got court line to the courts. All your protection orders are null and void now. And the one on the Aussie didn't work. So there you go. So to let you know.
And also there's no way you can't get a protection order on someone who's not harassing you, doesn't want to hurt you, not bothering you. Just because someone's putting the truth out there, that is not a reason to get a protection order. And if you feel like someone's slandering you, you take them to court for that. But it's just, it's not like, I mean, how many were threatened? That is complete abuse of the system. And that is why the police, and that's what rose a flag to them. They're like, what the heck? This person keeps coming up here day after day and something is not right.
That's right. That's what they said. Both of them, my detective and that detective, and we know, Heather knows who that detective is, said there's something wrong with these two girls. They're coming every day. They were making really ridiculous police reports. We're going, no, we didn't do any of that. And they said the courts were getting suspicious. And it was really, it was so hard, guys, because I think the last live we did, we knew. And then the lives that Kim and Crafter were doing on behalf of Heather, we were just giggling inside because we thought, we knew that the detective was watching.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, God. This is
perfect. And they still are. Believe that.
Yeah. They still are. Yes.
This is still currently unfolding.
Yeah, currently unfolding. And also, can I just say one thing regarding the Kim? I know you touched base on it, Ali. I really strongly am upset with what happened with Kim. I don't agree with anyone, showing personal, private phone calls that are quite sensitive in nature. But I just wanted to point this out. And Kim, you attacked Jana quite heavily and played a personal, private message that was about her relationship with her wife. And I want you just to think about this if you're listening to us, because I know you are, is there's a good biblical verse that goes to do unto others what you'd want done to you. So I just want you to remember how it made you feel to have your personal stuff out there played on YouTube, to how it would feel on another person like Janet and others you may have done it to. And hopefully you can move on from this and you've learned a lesson to not do this to other people as well. And and that's all I wanted to say. Okay, and I hope you get better. I hope you're okay as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyways, let's see. What do you want to do now? I'm gonna, hey, Truth Teller, I'm gonna take this. I got Jana's next pulled up.
Okay.
So, is that okay?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
good. So, basically with me, I think Heather really targeted me hard. And this receipt that you're seeing on the screen is from September 13th. And it was a day that a DoorDash delivery showed up on my doorstep in the name of Jana Erickson. Now, as you know, that's Miranda's maiden name, Angie's last name. And the reason, if you look real close above the name Jana Erickson, there's a phone number. And the reason I left that there is it's purposely one digit off of my real phone number. Now, Heather knows my real number from back when I was on her team and stuff, but she purposely put my phone numbers one digit off in the name of Jana Erickson. This huge delivery of, you can see hot wings, black olives, extra sauce, buffalo wings, Cajun wings, hot wings. I know it was her. I mean, they were on Kim and Crafton's, calling me a hot ass.
Yeah,
all kinds of names.
And
this is a kind of, yeah.
Erickson crew, and then you got this, Jana Erickson, right after that.
The Jana Erickson, a $62 order from my local Pizza Hut. So, yeah. And now, if Allie, if you put up those two text messages, I got the same exact day as a DoorDash delivery on September 13th.
Hi, hot ass. Oh my God. I didn't.
Yeah, there's two of them. Can you read that? It's really little. Hello, one of them. Okay, here's one. Hi, hot ass. And see, I know this is Heather from a strange number, because they were calling me hot ass on Kim and Crafton's constantly. You like to play Nintendo NES games? Me too. So much fun. Wishing you and your wife a beautiful day. Happy Halloween season. And then the other one. And this other one is even freakier.
Yeah, hold on one sec. Let me get this comment off the screen. And then I'll. Okay.
Yeah, they were talking something about calling us all the Ericksons.
Right before she got it. Like they're doing it on YouTube and then we just couldn't.
Yeah, This one came in first, 2:05 a.m. Hello, sweetheart. I hope you're having a lovely night. Neighborhood Watch is forming. Would you like to be a part of it? We send kind reminders to people to lock their doors and windows, and we look out for our nice community. Good night, love bug.
Is this not unbelievable?
Now, yeah, I know it was a threat because she knows my address. From when I was on her team. She knows my phone number. It was like a threat, like trying to shut me up.
Trying to scare you.
Yeah, trying to scare me and shut me up.
Yes,
very strange.
And this is exactly, I got your address, and you should be worried about your safety. Lock your windows, lock your doors. Mm-hmm. What was the love bug thing though? Or am I wrong?
Somebody was accusing me of being there was a website, I forget the name of it, that was doing videos about what was going on. You remember that website? It got taken down. What was the name of that website?
I don't know.
You remember it had a bunch of videos up about showing facts about what was going on? But there was a video in there, and Kim and Crafton were accusing me and Ross of being behind that website. And there were some wordings in some of the videos that said love bug. That's why I know it's Heather.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And if I could just just address Kim and Crafton.
Remurdered.
Yeah, like,
that-
you guys, I don't watch you, I'm not into the drama channel. I've heard stuff, I've seen enough. I know there's a lot of drama. I know you guys are going through some stuff. I've heard some stuff. You guys don't know me. You've bashed me relentlessly, awful, totally humiliated me by playing private messages, called me all kinds of names, laughed about me, blah, blah, blah. And I just
False
want to say, I don't even know what to say about that. I don't wish you guys bad, but I think you guys would be doing your channel and followers, a whole lot better if you guys could be a respectful channel and maybe not worry so much about other people. You don't even know me, and just coming up with this stuff. I didn't write that script. You guys went on, and as far as I know, you're still going on. I never wrote that script.
None of us wrote that script. No one in the mod team. And if anyone was genuine enough, all of you know who you are that are still friends with her, you know that Janet and I did not touch that script.
I didn't write it. I didn't release it. Heather used a lot of the ideas in it from the ideas I had already had on a website before I met her, and that's the end of that.
Now, can I say something, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would like to address Kim and Crafton also.
And this is, you guys don't know, this is Donna, my wife. This is the first time she's ever been on panel.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Donna.
Anyway, I just would like Kim and Crafton to know that they have no knowledge of what my wife is like. She is the sweetest person I've ever met. And what Heather has done to her and taking her calls when she was upset and turning them around to make my wife seem like she was after Heather is so absurd. It's bizarre.
Right. Look at my wife. Look at her picture.
Yeah.
I've never been interested in Heather.
Well,
And I'm not about looks, but I've never been interested in Heather. And that's one thing that she's always, oh, you're just upset because I turned you down. That's not true. She's mad because I left her team because of what I found out about her.
if you guys knew what Heather has done to Jana and I, it would curl your hair. And she almost succeeded in breaking us up. And I almost lost my wife over this.
I'm so sorry.
And vice versa. I mean, it was that close. It was just, yes, we were having some problems, but it wasn't as near as what Heather did.
No, she played us. She played us off of each other. Yeah.
She would call me every single night, and it's crazy. It really is. And it upset both of us, something fierce. And now when she's doing all this stuff about sending DoorDash and calling, sending messages to my wife, and I'm sure she's calling me too because she has my number too.
And the fact now that, what made it worse is when Heather got kicked out of the courts and the police were onto her, we were all getting these messages. We knew she was upset. So I messaged the detective, go, did something happen today?
Yeah, every time.
We found out it was the courts. She's not well liked anymore. But
she did not succeed with her PPO against me. Was the day the DoorDash and these text messages came in.
She didn't accept. They cut. Well, basically, the PPOs that she has now, guys, is null and void. It's just a piece of paper in her folder that is not able to be executed in any shape or form because she lied to the courts. So nobody technically has protection orders on them.
Nobody's ever been served.
Nope.
No one. And and the protection order on Amanda, no, it's not there. And like I said, she went and got it on paper. She filed them, and then once the police caught on to her, The courts were told, and yeah, she's not in a happy place, and she got upset, and she was starting to send all these text messages to us.
Yep, absolutely. And
Yep.
the lies that they've allowed to go on could be life ruining. I just can't believe it. Like I can see like Heather doing it, but that website, I don't know. I just gotta say, the fact that video stays posted with the comments underneath accusing me of committing hate crimes, accusing me of hurting people because of their race, because of their sex, saying that I've gotten DUIs, that just never happened. So many things that are just completely, absolutely untrue. I don't understand.
Yeah, actually, that's the detective here at Cybercrimes Unit said, I saw that committee post that she had your name and where you live, and if something happens to her, please look and so.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and she, through the investigation, they said we know she's harassing herself. I said she's still got one up there tagged as Serenity now, which annoys me because But she goes, look, the detective in two places in two countries know that she's a little bit well, how do I say it in a nice way? Not sane. So I was like, okay. She goes, don't worry. There's nothing, to worry about. I said, it's not true. I said, yeah, I know, but she's still got it up there. So, guys, nobody sent her a death threat. It's not true. I
No.
said, yeah, I know, but she's still got it up there. So, someone's echoing.
I'm gonna go pee real fast. I'll be right back. You guys just talk.
Okay.
But Cat Lady was absolutely right. They're the ones that are portraying they hate crimes. And then they twisted it. They're twisting everything to make it seem like we and you guys are portraying them as hate crime, hate against them.
Everything basically is just a deflection against her fraud,
And
Yeah.
Angie,
Yep.
I really am very sorry that she brought your daughter into this saying untrue statements.
I know. Thank you. Yep. I know.
Her daughter Sarah, who was killed in an accident, and I'm so sorry for you, Angie.
Thanks. Thank you.
They said nasty things about poor Sarah and Angie. Go ahead if you want to say your piece, because that was terrible.
Well, it is sad. It's sad that they have to be, talk like how they do talk, and
But Sarah was not gay, and
no, she was not.
but they portrayed her to be,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
and it's not true.
No.
And if she was, Angie has always said she always loved her children. Always.
Always.
But they lied a few times about Sarah, and they got caught out and they changed their story like they have done multiple times and other things. They said she killed herself because she came out as being gay. And these are the words that came out of Heather and Miranda's mouth. And then they changed the story when when it was shown, and Ali showed that a clip. Ali showed the reports saying, "Oh, well, this is on the news item. Hey, this can't." She got killed in a car accident. So
with her boyfriend.
Exactly.
With her boyfriend.
Exactly.
They should have never brought her into it.
No.
You leave that.
We're basically on here because I'd like to warn everybody else,
Yes.
just to be really, really careful.
Yeah, absolutely, Jeffrey.
yeah,
Because I trusted Heather. Russ and I
we all
both
did.
trusted her. And Angie too. We all trusted her.
Yeah.
And I think there's another thing we also need to clear our names, because Heather went on a live with Kim and Crafton and said she had to leave her home because of the abuse and the threats she was getting. We're about to show you, and we don't take great pleasure. Yeah, it's a lie. because the courts are involved, law enforcement are involved. We're about to show you the extent of how she lies to people, and we're going to show you the evidence that she was not, she did not leave her house because of abuse, threats, or protesters. There was no protesters, no threats, but we're going to show you the evidence, guys. When Ellie gets back, we're going to
I'm
show
back
you what's
now.
happened. Oh yeah,
Back.
and we don't take great pleasure in this, but we have to clear our names.
Can you
Yeah.
resend it to me because I can't find. Can you
Can't you find it?
No,
Okay.
because you were supposed to resend it to me the other day after we talked about like doing this, and I don't think you did.
I
Let me
did.
see.
I sent it to you. It's
Was it in
it's
a just me
no,
and
it's
you?
directly. Just me and you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me see.
Yep. You'll see. Um.
Oh, I got it. Never mind.
Got
Got
it. Good. Good girl. Yeah.
And let me say, did you guys mention as well that the Sarah they said
Yeah.
that she had been threatened to go to pray away the gay camp and all that stuff as well, and that she ran away and that she like all this stuff, like that's the thing. Angie wouldn't care if she was gay, but using her to promote and play your sick little game to try to get people. You know what, I'll never forget, after me and Angie's first live, the next morning I woke up and I had people sending me messages, and Crafton and Kim were about to go live. And at the top, they had like this anti-LGBT like hotline. And I was like, what are they doing? I was like, they're turning this to how? Like, I was shocked. Like, what? I couldn't believe it. And now it's just spun out so crazy. They do that because they want to grab your emotions. That's why that's why they've used that. They want to get people's emotions and get people to stop thinking logically and just use their hearts, or what, you know what I mean? Because nobody wants to see a human treated unfairly because of something they can't change.
They wanted to take the spotlight off themselves and put it on me and you and everybody else so that Heather wouldn't get busted. But
Yeah,
it was
deflection.
before we
It was
figured it out.
deflection. But you know what the most
Deflection.
important thing is she's trying to not get busted here on YouTube. But hey, law enforcement's getting law enforcement caught on. So I'm like, here, she's like, it was so funny watching that
Yeah.
live. Like, she was going to get that, notice of enforcement, and she was on Crafton's, and she's walking into the court, and we were all giggling because we knew the detective was watching her, and we knew she wasn't going to get it, and she was all giddy going in there, and we were so patiently being quiet, and that's why we're so happy to explode today and tell everyone
The truth.
Yeah, the truth. The
truth.
She
Like
is
when I got that-
twisting everything.
Yeah, like when I got that phone call from that detective, I was like, "Oh my goodness, this shit's just getting real."
Yep,
You
me
Yep.
too. I was thankful.
That's why you just shut up and you don't say nothing. You be quiet. You sit back and you listen and you wonder what the it'll everything comes to an end. It always does.
That's true.
Yep.
Well,
We lie
hopefully
so
this will.
long.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I do want to say is that, gosh darn it, I do miss Miranda. I miss her so damn much, especially around now. The minute she walked out that door, I
I'm
kind of knew
sorry.
that.
I bet
Yeah.
you do. I bet
Yeah.
you do, Angie. And I'm
And you
really
know,
sorry
it's that-
about that situation too.
Yeah.
She's
It's-
probably being so manipulated. Because I
exactly.
know Heather. I know her.
So when I seen her, when we went to Vegas only twice, we've only went twice. We went in May, and then in July. I have my receipts. I only went
so.
twice. I didn't go 4 or 5 times like they said. I got freaking better things to do. Anyways, when I seen Miranda there, oh man, when I seen her I just hugged her. And, it was just like, Miranda, like, come on now. You know the truth. What the hell? What are you doing? That's all I wanted to say to her. But
I'm so
hugging her was like hugging a freaking wall,
Mm.
It's just no emotions in her. So that's when I knew. All right, Heather, you done it. But you know what? God is more powerful than you are. That's all
I believe, yeah, and like we said, you You reap what you sow, and it's coming.
Absolutely.
It's falling.
Oh.
I actually, Heather, I'm going to say this to you. How do you feel every day knowing what we're about to show? Because you lied to us. You lied. You lied to your
You-
community. You lied to your friends.
You lied to your wife.
And you know, in your heart, you know what's the truth. We didn't threaten you. No one called you. We didn't send you any messages. We didn't go to your house and threaten your home and force you to leave your home. Ellie's about to show what really
Well, it's
happened to
showing
your house.
now.
And and we're not happy about it. We are sorry that you got evicted, but you
Yeah.
got
Don't
evicted.
blame it on us.
don't
We didn't do anything. You got
And no one
evicted.
ever went protesting at your home. How come
Yeah.
you got video footage of the lawyers at your door? How come you have video footage of Angie on her visit, but you don't have video footage of the protesters that were
Exactly.
supposedly
Yeah.
there?
Yeah. These protests,
Exactly. You got evicted for not paying your rent.
period.
Okay, and that's not fair. That's
Yes.
not fair that you went on a live and said you had to leave because of us. We did nothing to you. And if you ever going to use Kim and Crafton, I just want you to know the detectives are watching you.
That's right.
And who are you using as a third party? And they will be on to you. So stop your lies. The best thing you can do is rectify the situation, start being an honest person, and you do have time. You're 37 years old. Fix your life up, because the way you're heading right now, it's going to be landing you behind bars. All right?
Exactly.
Holly, can you make this bigger on the screen? It's really tiny.
Let me try. There we go.
Also, Miranda, come on now. You know perfectly well the truth. You know everything. You know the truth. You know damn well that no one would ever hurt you in this household. Hell, you hardly even lived here. You lived in Edmonton. You lived down in the South. You lived, you lived everywhere. You know.
Yeah, I love that she's this prisoner at home when she had her own apartment. And in the messages with Heather, you're like, look how pretty Miranda's apartment is. And like, you're like, oh, Miranda, I got to put money in the bank. She needs so many thousand in her account or she freaks out. You can just tell she's spoiled to death and given anything and everything.
Yeah, she was spoiled rotten. And you know what? She still is. You know, if Miranda was to phone me today and say, Mom, I screwed up, I'd be like, Miranda, here's a flight. Get your ass home. You come to Canada, you come in, because I got all this mail here, and there's some mail here coming from, I've had a phone call from a lawyer, many phone calls from the bank.
Mm-hmm.
That's all about.
We're going to touch on that too, aren't we?
Dang straight you are, Miranda.
Fraudulently taking loans out in your maiden name, Miranda, and then purposely not updating the bank where you now live,
Yep, Miranda, come off it
thinking
now.
your mom's going to pay the huge loans you've taken out. Both you, Miranda, and Heather should be ashamed of yourselves. How about you ring up the bank and tell them you've changed your address and give them your phone number?
Tell
Because
them
they're
to stop
looking for
calling
you.
your mom.
Miranda.
And not to call your mum. You're sending your mum to the hospital. She's had seizures because of all this. This is not her loan to pay. It's yours.
You have to wonder why Miranda is taking loans out and under the name Miranda Erickson, which is her maiden name, but she's been on live saying, I don't want anything to do with my family or the Erickson name.
Yeah,
And we're talking November, as late as this month, November.
yeah, Miranda.
Let me ask. Yes, she is, Jess. Jess said she's so blessed to have such loving, supportive parents. She has no idea. Absolutely. Let me go ahead and get into this since Roz mentioned it. I know what you wanted to talk about, how this has affected all of you guys. And Angie has had, and Miranda, you don't even know. I've tried to tell you whenever I was trying to mediate to get you guys talking again. I tried to tell you after what I went through with my mom that you don't know. Your mom will not always be there. Okay.
Yeah, Miranda. You listen.
And your mother is having some really serious health issues and you
Serious.
don't even know it.
In hospital, making us cry. She was in the hospital having seizures. Went completely unconscious more than once, 3 times. And now she's got the same headaches coming back again. And they might have to do an EEG on her. Your mom is very sick and having all these people calling her banks, serious big lawyers after you is not good. This is not good for her. Please ring up the banks and who you owe money to and change your address. You don't want
Yep.
anything to do with your mum, but don't send these things. I believe this is done because they think Angie's going to pay the loans out. That's what they think. That's what I think.
I'm not going to pay him this time. No,
Well,
See,
I'm not
Yeah.
paying him.
and can I?
Good for you, Angie. Good for you.
I-
Stick to your
Yeah.
guns.
I have to add that they have the only reason they can find for Angie, what's going on with Angie so far is stress induced. They are still doing tests, but they cannot find anything. So this literally is killing her. And it's pretty, it's time to wake up, grow up, grow
Well,
up.
Daryl, like my poor Miranda's dad, that loves Miranda with all his bloody heart and soul.
The
know?
awful things he's been accused of. Can you
He's-
imagine
he's
how
picked it up.
heartbreaking?
He hasn't been at work for 2 weeks. You know?
my concern is that Heather won't even allow Miranda to listen to this.
No, hell no. All she will do is she'll cast out another freaking.
Yeah, she'll pass on lies to her like she has.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
No,
Miranda,
just
stop deceiving the bank because the bank will catch up to you. You're
Yeah,
using the wrong name.
No, I think technically can still use your maiden name, but what she's done,
Yeah.
she's not updated her address or given her current details, which Angie had enough. You told them, right? Contact her here. She doesn't live in Canada anymore.
No.
So they are going to track you down. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
will tell you this: if you defraud a bank, don't pay their loans. It's big trouble for you. Just go and pay them up and don't rely on your mum and dad. You're 27 years old. Your wife's 37. You might have financial issues. Come up with an arrangement with the bank. They were probably happy to. I know the banks here in Australia are happy to even get some payments. All
Oh,
right,
yeah.
just do that because it's going to stuff you up for life. You won't be able to get loans or a house, or it's just going to be very difficult for you. So on top of that, we're getting blamed for a lot of things, but guys, we haven't done anything. We haven't harassed her. I still wish them the best. I just wish that they would be living an honest life and do the right thing by everyone.
That's right. Yeah. Just keep on doing the right thing, Miranda. Do the right thing, Miranda. And everybody wonders why I can't talk. Well, the minute Miranda, I was talking to Miranda last year, and then all of a sudden, poof, she was gone. They all deleted me. And so that's why I had no choice. But Ali, you and I went online because I hadn't had a clue. I really didn't know where Miranda was. We didn't know where she was.
I know.
So,
When I first started talking to Angie, she still believed that Miranda and Chris were. She was telling me that she was calling the jail daily to see if Chris had gotten out yet. I had to slowly convince her that she had been scammed and try to help her somehow. It was awful. It was completely horrific. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this in the first place, way back then, was because I thought, how many other people are being taken advantage of? I had comments from people who said they were sending money and this and that until this happened or whatever. I mean, so yeah, it's just awful.
yeah, totally awful. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people were afraid to talk because especially Heather was, filming herself going into the courts and so forth. And we're just telling people, do not feel threatened anymore. She got caught by her own police department,
Yeah.
okay? Her own detective. Right, she was bragging that she has her own detective. Her own detective banished her, told her off severely after both Ali and I were given evidence links. The other girls weren't, but they sent in evidence via email, and we both and it was enough for her to absolutely have a go at Heather. And another thing that happened, and Kim and Crafton, you might want to sort of take note, is to take off the illegal recording of the stalking protection order, which was falsified, that you have there on Amanda. Because that was one thing that really got the detective upset, that Heather illegally recorded a protection order, okay,
Proceeding.
and yeah, illegally on her phone, which is not allowed to be recorded and let alone not to be plastered on any media social outlet, okay. And that protection order is ripped up. And by the way, that wasn't a protection order, that was a hearing, okay. So we've got that. She was meant to go back in 30 days and show that she proved that she gave a proof of service, that it was served to Amanda through a sheriff, and she didn't do that. So that was deceptive as well.
Right.
So, and
And
yeah.
I don't ever want to hear that there's no charges that have come. Let me tell you something. I believe that this entire thing, and Heather helped herself get in the line of sight, because detectives that reached out to us are not part of like the fraud and scam department. So,
No.
but because of our claims with them now, they have gotten them involved too and sending stuff to them, not as well as the Australian FBI basically equivalent and many other places. So, honey, it is just beginning. Do not sit back and think. I think until there's like a 7-year thing, then you can sit back. And do not sit back, cozy and comfy, thinking you got away with something, because I don't believe you have.
She didn't get away. I mean, guys, if all the Aussies here, to make it onto the ASIO watch list, you've got to be like a threat. So, and she made it onto the watch list. And Heather, I'm going to warn you now. Your WhatsApp fake text messages to me, whether they are kind of like, a bit, some of them are porn links, by the way, that she does, and she does it when she's upset. They all get lodged in, and they will track your IP address because it's now gone to ASIO. Everything you do is being watched. And just be very careful, and don't use third parties as well. And we just hope you learn your lesson. I think she got used to doing this for such a long time and getting away with it. And then she's met a bunch of people who she thought she could scam, but we're smarter than what she thinks, It's like she really thought she could pull the wool over everyone's eyes and get
Yeah, she
away.
used
Even the police.
intimidation and threats,
Yep.
humiliation to shut people up. And there's still people who won't come forward because of that.
Well, they're
I
afraid,
mean-
but the audacity to go to the police every day, she thought she could fool them. And they went, something's wrong here. So she was her own worst enemy in getting herself into trouble with law enforcement.
Just like the slander that they did of me, saying that I tell you what, that's some of the stuff the detective wanted. The first time I talked to her, when I told her about, they're saying I'm harassing them. You should see what they've said about I can't feed my kids, and I'm getting this and that, and I'm on drugs, and all this stuff. And she's like, oh, send it to me. Please send it to me. And I'll show you. That is one of the screenshots that I have, is actually like my description of one of the things. It was because she was Angie and Jana were harassing her, yet she's on live calling them back to back. And so I made sure to point that out and make sure that got sent. I promise you, the justice system and legal stuff moves slowly, but I'm so done with her thinking that she's gotten away with this. I want her to know that is not the case. See, last week she deleted these videos. She slanders me and the ladies. She also calls Angie over and over on live while claiming Angie is harassing her. Same with Janet.
I couldn't be bothered. I got other things to do.
Yeah. And then you guys don't know this, but Heather would send Angie fake text messages saying they unalive themselves. Or that she would pretend to be a moderator, and she goes, I'm a mod for Heather, and that someone's unalived themselves in the house. We don't know. We think it's both of them. And it will be 3 or 4 times. So what they were doing was baiting Angie to do a welfare check so she can go to her police department and Kim, her friend, and say, look, they're harassing me. But this is the stuff we didn't tell you about, that we actually showed all the evidence to the detective to show exactly what she was doing. Now, and Angie being the mum, and all us mums out there, put your hand up if the first thing you want to do is you want to see how if your child is okay, right? You don't care that they hate your guts. You will do a welfare check, right? And that's what they were trying to do, and make it look like she was harassing Miranda and Heather, and she wasn't.
Allegedly. Thank you. And it's really not happening to me. I'll be honest. I'm just trying to speak up and help Angie. Angie reached out to me. I saw what was happening. I was trying to show her, and I just wanted to help her if I could, because she was lost. And this has been absolutely devastating to her. You know what I mean? And that's just, it's been hard to you.
I want to
guys,
say, I just want to say something. I noticed several times when Heather and Miranda were on a live, Miranda would get a text message, a threatening text message while she was on live, supposedly from her mother, and it was not. So who do we think was sending her the text messages?
Well, yeah, then Miranda
pretending to be her mother when it was making Miranda think it was her mother.
Yeah, and
being nasty, and it was not.
I remember that, and I swear to you, Miranda goes, "I'm going to call it right now," and Heather's like, "No, don't call, don't call."
Yeah, and Heather was conveniently out of eyesight on the screen at the time, like this would come in. It's just really messed up.
Truth teller, Angie's gotten phone calls from like different lawyers and stuff about money that Miranda has taken and isn't paying. And I know that like the police have been they've been dealing with them, but I haven't. And I haven't seen anything really online. Now I did hear, strangely enough, days after Roz got in contact, the like Australian equivalent to the FBI got in contact with Vegas PD, we heard it was said, I didn't hear it, but Roz said that it was said on Kim and Crafton's show that Heather was in the hospital for blood pressure issues. So,
I don't know. We don't know what transpired, but because the detective said she was going to contact Las Vegas Police Department, it happened to be the same day. So I was like, well, that's really weird.
it was
it was the same day. Yeah, it was the same day. So it was really, or maybe the day before, because you guys are a day behind me anyway. But yeah, and I don't even know what they said to them, because I know the detective said we're going to be actioning this with them and keeping a close eye on her, and any threats or anything that regarding your situation, we have to deal with the Las Vegas Police Department. So yeah, she did say they would be in contact with them and watching them, because we can't, just like the laws here, and this is where Kim was probably, I don't know if she was purposely being deceptive or she just is she was just defending her friend and listening to her friend. But you cannot, an Australian cannot take action against a United States citizen who doesn't reside in Australia. Our laws are not applicable to you guys, and your laws are not applicable to us. Okay? Okay. So yeah, exactly. It's exactly with the protection order she tried to get on Angie and Sher. They're in Canada. It's not possible. Okay, so we don't know how much. I'm going to give Kim the benefit of the doubt, because she's been through the ringer a little bit this time, and I'm going to remain neutral there. But there is no protection orders that can be valid on non-United States citizens. It just can't happen. It doesn't work. Your laws are not don't apply internationally, because it's your laws, not ours. So Sure, me and Angie, those protection orders out. We don't know. We haven't why wasn't updated on, because I asked the detective, can you find what she tried to do? Because in my message I said I believe she tried to fake it. put a name on there, or I believe she was going to go to the courts and say, I lived in the United States, but hello, detectives, I'm an Australian. So
Yeah.
there you go. They went,
Mm.
so we do know that it didn't happen though. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Miranda, really, at the end of the day, Miranda, you've been gone just about a year. You shouldn't actually be there because you lied, really. To do it legally, you should be staying here, then get your American citizens, but you didn't work that way. Dang, you really learned to lie a lot over the last year. Holy crap. At the end of the day, Miranda, just, make right choices, please.
Yes,
Like, really.
Angie. If she doesn't keep her record clean as far as owing this money to the bank or whatever, she
Yeah.
will not get her citizenship in the
No.
United States. I
They'll boot her
work
out of the
with a
States.
lot of foreign people that have green cards, and
Yeah.
I keep up with that stuff.
Okay.
And if she has, if she owes, these people
Yeah.
money and stuff, you might want to, if you ever get calls again from the bank, just let them know, she may be trying to get a green card or whatever in the United States, and they can stop it.
They can?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Just let the United States Embassy know that she owes money in Canada, and that's
Well, I think the banks already said that they were going to do that.
okay.
Yeah, they
They-
did. Yeah, I think Angie
Yeah.
said that's
The
what
banks are
happened.
gonna-
They've
I
got
told
their
them-
own big lawyers looking
Yeah,
chasing her.
United States, they you have to have a spotless record in order to get a green card from another country, and vice versa. I mean, I couldn't probably go to Canada if I had,
Yeah.
owed money in the United States. They don't want me over in Canada.
No, exactly. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Amanda, to be honest, I'll tell you said, how come they haven't arrested her? One, I know that it was just that detective that we spoke to was just getting in contact with someone in the fraud department not long ago. Number two, I haven't been watching as closely. I will start looking, because even if she had, I don't even know that I would know, but I will say I wouldn't be surprised. I do believe she will end up in jail for one or more of the things that she's done. And there are so many to choose from. I just think it's the problem is, like, it's international, and
Yeah.
it spans
Yeah.
through so many places. And that's even what the police told me about. I've talked to so many police from all over, and many of them have said, it's really tough when they're international. Sometimes, unfortunately, things do fall through the crack. Now, if you're loud about it and you're vocal like we've been, and you keep being vocal, then you have a better chance of something happening. So that's all, that's just all we know, and that's all we can do.
But at the end of the day, too, Allie, they know what they're doing. They don't even tell us, really.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know.
Right, Melissa. Arrests aren't always super easy in black and white. It always takes time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think Heather's getting more and more desperate. She's going to end up putting herself in jail.
But at the end of the day, Heather, how can you sit there and say that you love Miranda when you've put her through all this?
No, that's not love.
No,
That's not love.
No, that's not love.
That's not love. Like,
That's
you
not
know,
love taken out.
She's dragging down, ruining her credit and her
She's ruining everything about it.
everything. And you don't alienate somebody from their family.
Exactly. You don't do that.
You just
I've never
don't.
had- And everybody's like, "What do you need to phone her?" Well, how can I phone her when she lost broke her cell phone, or did she? I don't know. They said that they did. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? How would
Yeah.
Miranda break her phone when I?
that they said that you never tried to. This is what they told,
Yeah.
like Kim and Crafton told their audience, that you had a way to get in touch with her. You just never did.
How?
We just went to YouTube just because.
Yeah,
I know. I'm
right.
like, not true at all.
that's
Yeah.
another twisted lie.
Exactly. Another lie. So, and not only that, they're lying to their own friends. Heather's lying to Kim and Crafton. It's all true.
Exactly.
Yes,
Like
yes.
they're lying. They're
I
lying to everybody. Like,
my
why would you
God.
do that? Like,
You're gonna have your
you're not
friends
no
get in
friends.
trouble for you. Yep. And
Yeah. Correct.
mhm.
And what I want to say is, Heather, be careful what you tell Kim, because it could impact her too. Because if you're gonna lie to your friend and she goes on there defending, it's gonna look really bad when we come back with more truth like we did today, that no one, you didn't leave your house because you were being threatened. You were evicted for not paying your rent. So, every single lie is we're gonna come back and defend ourselves. We're just going to, and we're not stupid.
Yeah.
You're dealing with the wrong crowd here. You really are.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And you're not going to intimidate and humiliate me with all your stuff into
That's right.
shutting up.
Yeah, exactly. So
You're just
don't
not.
do any more stupid lives. This is it. Grow the hell up, own your shit, and move on.
amen.
The
Look
Craftions.
at us.
And Heather, one other thing. We're going to stand behind Angie. She has a lot of support.
Thank you, Donna.
Tess, did you want to come up?
Yes,
Tess,
yes.
yeah,
Who's
had
that?
something she wanted to say. That is freaking funny. You called them the Craftons or the Craftons.
Tess is amazing as well. She's got a story to tell. Tess, come up. She's
They're
got the
not
link.
very crafty.
Also,
They're crafty after that.
Yeah, but in all honesty, guys, we were deceived by Heather. You know,
Yeah.
we were deceived
Yeah.
for a long time. She's very good at lying.
yeah,
And you know what it is? She's very
she
good.
impersonates people. I'm just telling you guys, be careful. That's her number one thing. She forges documents and she impersonates people. Just don't believe what you're told from everybody.
Even
Exactly.
Sherilyn told me when Sherilyn was first talking to her, she's like, Heather told me she was really good at recreating documents and stuff.
Yes.
Who says that? And what? Yeah. I
Heather's
remember-
good at everything. She's in college and she's just like a master. She's this master officer at her job that's probably not even real. She's
in college, and her teacher, is someone who was taught by Dr. Henry Lee. Well, first it
Yeah.
was Dr. Henry Lee, but now it's someone who was taught by Dr. Henry Lee. But
yeah.
Oh, it's really funny. In one of her lives, she goes, or all of her lives, she talks to us like we're little kids and we're stupid. And she's like, I'm versed in the law. I've studied the law and I know exactly what to do legally. And while she's saying that, I'm going, well, the detective thinks you're freaking nuts. And actually, there's 3 detectives that think you're nuts. And I'm laughing my head off and going, well, I haven't studied the law, but I know you can't get a protection order on me, and you go, I've studied the law, know what to do. I go, look what
When I
happened.
got-
The law
yes.
went for you. Just
When I got my PPO, I was out at the police station, and my cop's like laughs. He goes, "That ain't worth the paper it's written on." I said, "Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna frame it."
oh, here's Tess.
oh yeah,
Hey, Tess.
oh look how gorgeous she is. Oh.
Hey. So Tess is also. Why don't you tell us? Like, I know you were also a friend or mod of Heather's, but tell us your kind of who you are, and that's.
Yeah.
Really, the only thing I wanted to say is I was probably the first person. I was in mod very early on with Heather, and some of the things she was saying about Chris and how she spoke to him at all different hours of the day and night just didn't seem very legitimate. I have some family that do law enforcement federally, and I just basically ask a lot of questions and said, this doesn't seem right. And they told me, no, it's not. They can't call her at all day hours of the day and night. It just doesn't work like that. And so I brought it up to her and she blocked me instantly. And I just dropped it and I walked away. And fast forward a year and I saw that all of this was happening to Angie with her daughter and to Jana and Roz and Allie. And I just felt absolutely terrible that I didn't say something before. And so I guess I just wanted to come on here and apologize that I didn't stand up like you guys did. I was afraid, and she did. She intimidated me, and I just backed away and didn't say a word. And I just feel really guilty about it and really bad. And Angie, I pray for you all the time, and I just feel absolutely terrible that you're going through that. And if I would have spoke up like you guys did and have, maybe some of this wouldn't have happened. So that's what I wanted to say. That's all.
That's awesome.
I was
So
muted.
I am really sorry.
Do not feel like you need to apologize for that. I understand, and I don't expect anybody to. I don't want you guys to put yourself into the crosshairs of like my enemy for me or that kind of thing. But I do think if you're willing to stand up and speak for like the greater good of a situation like this, or I think it's awesome. But I could understand totally why you wouldn't. It's scary, especially when you're going against somebody like her who's going to pretend to be you, get into your personal life, talk about your past, add shit to your past that never happened, and all the things that she does, the threatening door dashes, all the things that she does. So it's totally understandable. When were you with her exactly? I forgot. I know that we've kind of talked about this, but
it was right at the beginning when she first had her channel. And I was probably a mod for about 3 months, and then I just kept asking questions, and then she blocked me.
Oh, now I remember who you are, Tess.
Yep.
It's clicking now. Yeah.
Thank you, Smiley, and thank you, Crazy Mama. Wow. So you asked too many questions. She wasn't comfortable with that.
Correct.
But that's crazy. And then was that the only thing you wanted to say, or was there anything else? I mean, you can stay up here with us, but I want to make sure you have it.
No, that's really what I wanted to say. I just wanted to apologize to anyone she's hurt. And I know there's people who haven't come forward yet because they're afraid. But the more people that do, the stronger we all are. As you can see, these ladies have been so powerful, and they're fighting back, and things are happening. She doesn't have the power. People like her use intimidation and manipulation to make you think you're alone and make you think that they're more powerful. And she's not. And you guys have proved that. And that's just awesome. And I'm just so freaking proud of you.
Thank you, Tess. You're amazing. And I think everyone out there who's listening to this, please, if you've been impacted or you've been scammed by Heather, contact us. We will be your support and we'll help you. And get in touch with the right law enforcement, because they are watching her. Don't feel intimidated. I can say firsthand, I was very nervous about speaking up, and now the support that I have from my law enforcement, these girls are amazing. Just come forward. We'll be here for you and point you in the right direction. And yes, she will try to paint you as crazy, but I think her time on YouTube is coming to an end because the more people that speak up about it, we just showed some evidence today and disproved her. So
holy cow, Amanda, I didn't realize you were Angie's sister when I was answering your questions. I was just answering them. I thought you were.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi, sister.
Oh.
Hi, sister.
Thank you. Thank
Hi,
you.
hi, sister. Hi, sister Amanda.
Amanda, yeah, there's so many Amandas. We got Amanda Joe. Hi, Amanda. Angie always talks about you. You've been like a really great, strong, you've given her a lot of strength. I know she always talks about you. I think I saw you on a face chat too. Was that the one I saw? Was
Probably.
Amanda?
Yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah, it'd be Mandy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say, Tess, thank you. Thank you very much for coming up and speaking out. I appreciate that. I don't feel like you need to owe any of us an apology. I mean, people talked about Heather bad back when I was her friend and on her team, and I never believed any of it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have believed it anyway until she struck me. Yeah. So I just want to say, listen to your gut, everybody. Listen to your gut. I mean, my wife Donna, she'll tell you she had a gut feeling, and I just should have listened to it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I had two people tell me the same thing.
Yeah.
And I don't do that. Don't do it. But I didn't. I listened to my gut, and now look at. But you know, you just learned
You just learn how to handle things, and you just take one day at a time.
Well, you guys answer me. How has this affected you mentally and stuff since going through all of this? Like, does anybody want to speak on that kind of thing?
Oh
And
God.
I'll speak first. I just want to say I already suffer from anxiety, and I believe Heather played on that big time, and that's like probably the reason why she liked to use Kim and Crafton to pay private personal phone messages of me in a really bad time to play on my anxiety, using whatever she can get to to get me to shut up.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
I don't how it's made me feel. I don't know, it's made my anxiety worse at times, but I also feel better for speaking out.
Well, that was something that
Same.
Kim actually picked up on that. She said you sounded a bit emotionally
Right.
unstable, right? And then my
Yeah.
message to her is now, why now that something happened with your situation, right? Why would you do that to someone who you think is emotionally unstable, and it could cause further harm
Yeah.
by
Well,
playing
one of
that
Heather's lies was that, I was seeing a psychiatrist and stuff for mental issues, and that's never been the case. It's never
But
true.
even if it was true, why is that an issue? Lots of
Yeah.
people have. I've got
I'm a
ADHD.
very sensitive person, and I suffer from anxiety. I'll be honest about it. I don't have anything to hide. And I'm dealing with my anxiety. I've had therapy for my anxiety. I'm doing fine. Not mentally unstable. Yeah, there have been times in my life where I've gotten really upset and angry.
Yes,
Hey there,
Granny's
Michelle.
watching. They did. They did. They played it over and over again and made fun of her. And it was horrible. It was
horrific.
really, really, really nasty stuff.
Well,
And
that's
it
what
was-
I was saying. They took little snippets and she made it worse, tried to make it worse than really what it was, and twisted it and
Hey, Country
made
Joe.
Jana look very bad. And it's not true. It's just not true.
They cut it together, correct, Jana? It was not all one big thing. They cut it with different things that you said, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she cut and whatever.
Didn't they talk about her mental health a lot? Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
did. It was disgusting. And she was like fighting with her wife, and they switched it. They tried to make certain things she said mean different things and make it like she was, I don't know, about Heather. And then they called, that's why
Yeah.
they were
Oh,
calling
Heather.
her.
Yeah, Heather manipulated me and my wife, and she led me to believe things that weren't true, which led me to be really, really angry with my wife. And I said some really, really nasty things and screaming and crying. And yeah, I came off like a cuckoo bird. And Heather
But
played it, and she used Kim and Crafton to play him too, to make me look like a nutcase.
Yes, she did. And in that clip, you said, like, I'm going to go to my wife's work and say something. You called yourself hot ass, right? Like, just joking.
Yes, and that's why I became known as the hot ass.
That is why the messages she showed today are so interesting. And we know it's Heather. It literally says, hey there, hot ass. Like,
and they would call me that in Kim and Crafton's live. They would all refer to me about being a hot ass.
And how terrible is that when I'm really against anyone picking on anyone's looks, and that includes Heather. Never would I do that. Never would I encourage that. But then you've got the best friend Gemma in chat going, "Oh, it's a real crime for Jana to think she's a hot ass," and they're picking on her looks. Look at Jana. She's a bit older than us, but she's still gorgeous, and Donna's gorgeous. I mean, why? But even if you just say that you got an unusual looking person, why would you do that? We're adults. We shouldn't be doing that. Let's
and
focus
then
on the crime or attack what we're saying, not attack not use ad hominem attacks, to attack our looks or our, our mental disabilities. I have ADHD. Good luck with that. I had ADHD diagnosed as a little
Ida.
girl, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of my ADHD. I work with it. I'm able to achieve a really fantastic career because I know how to handle it. Um, you want to pick on me for that? Yeah, it's not going to impact me, but we should not be attacking people's mental health. Even if they're diagnosed with something or their looks, things like that should be off off the books. Just don't. If you're upset with us, I will recommend this. Why don't you attack us with what we're saying today? All right, and present your evidence and your truth.
She also somehow got a hold of my driver's license and was showing my driver's license photo.
Yeah, that's a big, big no.
Yes.
Oh my God, I know,
Yeah.
I saw that, and they took
And
that
then,
off.
yeah, some of it, and then Kim and Crafton had it too.
That's okay.
And fighting with YouTube is ridiculous to try to get them to remove stuff like that.
Well, yeah. Yeah, true that. But at the end of the day too, Miranda, just call home. I'm your daughter. I'm your mom. I forgive you. We forgive you, Like, you got a dog sitting right here, is just like looking at me, wondering. I just, man, this Kita misses her mom. And now that she's alone by herself because Decker passed away. Remember that big white dog, you guys? I told you that Decker passed away. Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kita's very spoiled now. She doesn't have to stay outside. She comes in the house at night.
Is it Kita on a diet? You said she got.
Kita's on a diet. Yeah. Oh yeah. She went to the vet. She went to the veterinarian. They're like, "Come on, Andrew. She's got to go on a diet." So she is on it. She's actually losing quite a bit of weight. She's looking good. She likes to run out in the field now, and before she wasn't. But yeah. But anyways,
is that still up where they played that call? That
yeah, it's still up.
She says she maybe can help you get it removed.
Oh,
Thanks, Jess. Yeah, I think Janet tried. I don't know what it is with me. With me, YouTube legal, they action things really quickly. I was able to remove everything.
I got some stuff removed, but not all of it. And there was just like so much, and I didn't have time to mess with all that stuff. And then Kim and Crafton be on making fun of me for trying to strike their channel and stuff. And it's like, I just quit watching them. I don't have time for any of that.
Oh no, but I have the East Safety Commissioner watching. So if anyone mentions my full legal name, then that's the reason why I'm not showing my face as well. Is they will, if YouTube doesn't remove it, they will action for YouTube to remove it. They're really strict here in Australia. Our privacy laws are absolutely fabulous, especially because of where I work. Everything will be removed. You can say my first name, Roz, but that's pretty much it. So
yeah.
Be honest, that was our whole point. That was our whole point. We don't want people poking at people's mental health issues and those kind of things. That's
Ali, look how many emails that you got from somebody when Miranda was going on and off about how, like, to be honest with you, Miranda and Heather, I didn't even listen to you guys' crap. I just had people tell me what you guys all said. And not only that, and what the hell was I going to say? I was just going to say I lost what I was going to say.
I do that all the time.
My brain.
It's part of being live. It's like it just happens sometimes. So it's all right. We understand.
Well, Angie makes us laugh. I mean, to get her on the panel today took us 20 minutes?
Oh my gosh, that's why we were a little bit late.
Yeah, blame it on Angie.
We were gonna be about 5 minutes late, and then I was like, we can start at 7:10. What time did we get started? Like 7:20?
Yes.
She finally got here. So yes.
So if anybody has any questions in chat, feel free to ask too.
Yeah, if you got any questions, put them in chat before we go. Allie, I'm so sorry to hear that. Let's see. The
Roz, I was
problem
going to say
is,
one thing. We don't have to see your face because your voice is so lovely. You don't have to be shown because your accent is just phenomenal.
Oh, thank
My little
you.
Minnesota accent after yours is just, it's a shame. It's
no,
beautiful.
you're
no.
both
Beautiful
cute.
heart, beautiful soul.
Oh,
You're both
thank
cute.
you. But you
Um,
guys know what I look like, so we FaceTime, face chatted,
yes.
and all that.
Hunter Joe says the problem is there's a certain crowd who thinks they can diagnose people's mental health issues and decide who deserves empathy and who doesn't. Yeah, that's just ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
People need to.
Yeah.
I can't stand the diagnosing people on here. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you are just. Do you know how much it takes? How much school it takes to get to do that? Like, you cannot just be like, and I'm guilty of it myself. Like, I've been talking to my friends like, wow, she's a real narcissist, but you just see a lot of it, and it's like most people don't have a damn clue what they're talking about.
Exactly.
Roz is
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. It hit me, Allie. See?
You.
It hit
there
Well,
you
me.
go.
thanks.
Do you know what it was? Do you know what I was going to say to you? Do you remember that time when Miranda was talking like about bad things that you guys were telling me that how so destructive? I remember Amanda was telling me, and then people would text you and say, "Oh my God, Ellie, that's really bringing trigger warnings to me." Do you remember you were telling me
Yeah,
about that?
yeah.
Yes, that's not good.
A lot of people
Oh,
would
God.
watch Miranda, and or there was a lot of people that even watching my lives that had issue. It really did affect people. This entire thing from start to bottom, from pretending to be Chris, friends with Chris, to being Chris, to building a channel on that, how it affected your mods, your friends, the people you catfished with it, then how it affected people getting the story out, just so people were aware of what was happening, how the story affected people. I mean, it really has, not to mention all of us and how it's affected us.
Yeah. Those
Oh,
poor people.
absolutely. It's terrible, and I think look, we're coming across. I think this panel today, we're not. As opposed to when you hear Heather with her team, it's always attacking and saying
Yeah.
horrible derogatory stuff. We're not doing that. We do still wish that things, her life must be miserable right now, having
Yeah.
all these people after her being evicted and all that. And I do hope her health is okay because she does suffer from high blood pressure. I do know that. But Heather, look, lay off the Red Bulls, stop
Yeah.
drinking
Quit
them.
sucking back
She would
5
drink
Red
like,
Bulls.
do you remember she used to drink
Yeah.
like 5 or 6?
Yeah.
It's not good for you when you got high blood pressure, girl.
Yeah.
Watch your diet, look after yourself. But in the end, if they're going to come on and say that Heather's gone onto the hospital because of us talking up, really, by using that excuse, then every criminal in the world gets away scot-free, right? You can't use that excuse. Best thing you can do is live a good, honest life and try to straighten yourself up and, maybe do the right thing. And hopefully that will help you. They will help you mentally and physically and financially and not land you in jail.
Jules, though, so Angie and her family are working on. I mean, there's really no way to. They're working on fighting back against some of the horrific things that were claimed. So it sucks because you can't prove something didn't happen, and allegations. No matter how much, like. Okay, say somebody comes out here and goes on their YouTube channel and makes these allegations, right? It doesn't matter how many times you try to go live after that, you're not going to have the exact same audience. You're never going to be as loud with your rebuttal or with something as the original message. So it sucks because some of that they just have to, I don't know what you do.
I always say you can't unring the bell. Once the bell rings, it's rung. It's really hard to take that back, even if it's not true. And that's a shame because it's a shame.
Carrie, girl, it is super toxic. There's a ton of drama underneath. And Are there any more questions? What are you talking about, Wolfie? I don't know what comments you're talking about. I agree. There's more people need to talk about their mental health. Country Joe, I had an addiction series where I talked a lot about it, and I think I'm going to bring some of that back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially this
and
time of the year, Allie, hey? Like
Yeah,
really, this time of
absolutely.
the year.
I know it's hard on people who, even hard on you, Angie, to have the holidays without your baby. I
Yeah,
mean,
both
it's
of them. I'm still
yeah,
praying though. I
I
will
know.
not lose faith.
yeah, one thing that crossed my mind, guys, do you think Heather might have taken those loans out via credit card and Miranda not known about it?
I don't know. Don't know.
Mm,
Maybe I
something
don't
that
know
might
why
have
a lawyer
been
called
known.
me a month ago for Miranda.
You've had the banks and the lawyers after her.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Bank
yeah,
and
I
lawyer.
lost my
Angie.
sound.
There you are. We hear you now.
Heather's mum, Donna, made a comment once in a
I
live.
lost
I
my
think it's.
sound.
Are you there? Okay. Someone. The current live that's up on Heather's channel.
Hold on, let me fix. I'm gonna mute her mic just while she's fixing that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Heather's live that's currently up. Her mother's on there, Donna. So I wanted to address her. Donna, you said that if your daughter was doing these scams and you found out about it, that you would speak up and you wouldn't be supporting her like you are. How do you feel now that your daughter got caught by police, from the police and the courts, falsifying documents and police reports, and they're not happy with her? They went to town on her. Now, be really careful what Heather says to you. But just, if you want to contact the Las Vegas Police Department and try and find out what's going on. But we are telling you the truth. How do you feel now? Are you still so? I know she's your daughter and you should support her, but are you going to be still verbally saying that we are liars when you know we haven't lied? We did not make up their script. We didn't alter them. You know that, Donna. You saw that in chats. Just I wanted to bring that across. Trying to get protection orders on Canadians and Australians, and we'll go to the police station every single day, falsifying police reports, and they caught on to her. And then she told Kim that she had to leave her house because we was sending death threats and she was threatened for her life when she was actually evicted from her home. So just want to see what kind of person you are. You're going to be, I wouldn't blame her to not talk about it, but she's still going to go in there and say, we're liars or what?
Yeah.
When you know better. Yep.
I have my
So
sound
I
on
don't
the
think that
phone.
anybody has any questions. I don't know. That's wow, that's so loud. That's super like enhanced. But yeah, I guess if nobody has any questions, I'm gonna let you guys go. We've been on like an hour and a half, and we're gonna go eat some tacos. Where is that coming from?
I think that's coming from Donna.
I do too. Donna, what are you doing?
She lost her sound.
Oh no,
Oh.
she's okay. Look, I would have expected this from Angie, but
I'm trying to fix it for.
That's a good one.
Now
oh
I'm
my
getting that echo.
God, now guys, I'm gonna go in the spa. I'm gonna have some. You guys call prawn shrimp. Yeah, we call them prawns.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I love y'all guys. I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you, ladies, for sharing your story and sharing your side. And thank you.
Okay, we're going to go now. Donna.
All right. I'm going to.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Call
I'm
home,
gonna take.
Miranda, call home.
Oh, okay, you guys. I am going to let you guys go. I just removed everybody just as they're leaving, so that I can tell you guys bye. Thank you for being here. Thank you to my mods. Yeah, and it is never my intention to attack someone, but the truth is the truth, and you can't go out there and do these things and just expect for nobody to speak up, because guess what happens when you stop speaking up? More people get taken advantage of, and the people that are already taken advantage of, they get it worse. So love you, Woofy. I love you all so much. Good night. I hope you have the best night ever. And yeah, to my mods, have a great night too, and thank you for being here. And I know, yes, these kind of subjects can be tough, and I just appreciate all the help. I really do. And you guys in the chat. You guys have a great night. Bye.